What is up, guys? Conor McGregor versus Jorge Masvidal. This is the super fight that looks ever more likely to happen. On Twitter, Masvidal and McGregor have been going back and forth. Masvidal pretty much calling out McGregor, saying, hey, let's fight. This is a money fight. I'm not going to wrestle. It's going to be straight striking, and let's get it going. And McGregor has pretty much responded by saying, Masvidal, you're pretty much a peanut brain, and leave me alone. So before I get into who I think would win a fight between these two, I first want to just talk about the current landscape of where this fight is happening in terms of the context of both of these fighters' careers. Because you have Masvidal coming off of 2-fight losing streak. He lost against Usman. He also lost against most recently against Colby Covington. So Jorge Masvidal is coming off of a skid. Of big high profile losses. He still had a lot of star power with him. Like, everyone is going to tune in to watch Jorge Masvidal. And this is also eerily similar to Conor McGregor in the fact that, he hasn't won a fight in a couple of years, yet everyone tunes in to watch Conor McGregor, regardless of the fact that, he hasn't had much success in the octagon ever since Cowboy Cerrone back in 2018. So logically, it does seem like this is a fight that, matchmaking-wise, makes a ton of sense, and I hope both fighters are up for it, because McGregor has been posting on social media that he feels great at 170 and he wants to fight Kamaru Usman. And if you want to fight Usman, you should probably dip your feet in the welterweight division first by fighting Jorge Masvidal. Now, guys, this fight prediction is a little bit, quicker than some of my other fight predictions, because the fighters have literally said where the fight is going to take place. It's going to be on the feet, striking, according to Jorge Masvidal. So I don't even have to worry about wrestling or submissions or any of those things, right? So in terms of striking, guys, I believe that McGregor is a better striker than Jorge Masvidal. I think he's a much more stronger striker, more precise striker. I mean, striking is Conor McGregor's bread and butter. The only thing that I would caution against, guys, is the fact that this fight will be happening at 170, and McGregor does not have the best cardio. I mean, we saw him tire against Nate Diaz. We saw him tire against Floyd Mayweather in their boxing match as well. I mean, what happened, guys, that even if McGregor is a better striker, what if Masvidal, finds some success early, maybe he starts hitting him with a few shots, and McGregor starts to slow down and his gas tank starts to deplete? What if we see Masvidal start to pick up the pace and tee off on McGregor? It's very possible that it could happen. So if McGregor's gas tank and cardio and endurance is not there, especially at 170, carrying all that extra weight, even if he feels more natural at that weight, I mean, it can affect his striking. It can affect his capabilities, to launch offense as well as defense. So these are things to keep in mind. It's not as picture perfect as McGregor is a better striker, which he is. He is better than Masvidal, but think of things like the gas tank as well. How Jorge Masvidal is someone who's going to come forward and bring that tenacity, bring that pressure. And if McGregor's gas tank isn't there, then, you could see him crumble. Another thing I also want to mention, guys, is experience as well. I mean, Masvidal, even though he's coming off back-to-back losses, he has been active, guys. He's been in the octagon. He's been in training camp as well. McGregor hasn't been in the octagon in about a year since he broke his leg against Dustin Poirier. Ring rust is real, guys, and, Masvidal is not someone you necessarily want to come back to as your return fight in the welterweight division. I would much more likely like McGregor to go and probably fight, Tony Ferguson or something like that if he wants to move up in weight. That seems like a much better return fight than Jorge Masvidal, even though Masvidal and McGregor seems like a matchmaking match in heaven, pretty much, right? But experience, guys, is something that you have to pay attention to. With that said, guys, if I had to place some odds, or I had to pick someone to come out on top, I would pick McGregor, but again, guys, not confidently. Again, I point to the cardio issues as well, and I also point to the ring rust as well. I would really love to see McGregor have a return fight against other opponents before he jumps into the Masvidal fight. But that is a fight that I am excited to see, guys. So yeah, that's a little bit of my prediction, a little bit of my fight breakdown, guys. I mean, who would you root for with Masvidal and McGregor? Do you agree with some of my reasonings and points? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. And as always, thanks for watching, and subscribe here for more videos in the future.